We're going to plow through this case, and then the rest of the breaks. This is the last night. I'm opening every single break. Last one, the cases don't take that long. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. They go by really quick. I'm a little bit better today, but not really. Now I'm accompanied by a cough. So for anyone watching, I'm starting with the last break and then going back up to 16, and then we're in order again. I'm just giving time to fill the rest of the breaks on the website so that everything from this weekend will be shipped together. Anything that's not filled, we'll have to roll over to Monday, and I don't want to do that. I want to just open everything now. Because Monday, we're going to have new breaks already. Audrey just playing to my worst nightmare. You didn't sleep through your break. I promise you. But hence, this is the discussion I explained to people last night. They're like, well, why don't you want to skip, Beej? We're having this discussion right now. Hasn't even been 10 seconds. All right, I have water. I just need Kleenex. Hold on, and we're good to go. Miss 2 streams and get ghosted on your message back? I had to grab Kleenex, dude. I didn't know you were gone. I thought you were here. My Kleenex is a roll of toilet paper because it's efficient. All right, let's get started. Feast, and then we're going back up to 16. Say it with me, everybody. Feast, and then we go back up to 16. And then we go down from there, and we open everything. This is your time to fill up all the rest of the spots. Today is the last day. Journey Together will be on its own. Pokemon production has not stepped up. Whatever posts that they copied and pasted from the last two sets where we haven't seen anything else coming, they made it for this one too. I'm adapting to the situation. It's getting mixed in immediately. I'm not holding my breath. I want to be opening this set for a while and not just burn out in the first couple weeks. So today is your last chance to get Journey Together at a very, very like crazy good price. I don't think people realize how good it is. If you don't believe me, go look up how much a box of this is going for. Ain't nothing special or different about the boxes I have in the breaks. They're the same boxes. Okay, when she puts the garbage can bag up like this, it actually doesn't help. Sorry, I'm just putting a new bag in the garbage can. Otherwise, with how it was sitting, I would have covered up the camera by the time we got through like halfway this break. And we're good. How was your guys' like 8 hours since you last saw me? Did anything new happen? Anything exciting? You got drunk? In between? Or well before that? Alright, Chucky, you have a good night. Last night? What was your beverage of choice, my friend? You more of a beer guy? Are you one of those, like, twist up your mustache with beeswax IPA? Okay. You sound like just a traditional guy. I like that. Criminal's gonna get mad that I said that, but he's not on audio, so it's all good. Tequila is not for me. Tequila ends the night for me. Last time I had it, I was just like, all right, it's over. We're going to sleep. People, you're gonna get them all upset, dude. You're gonna get them all. You're gonna get his Jimmy's rustled. I feel like that's a broad term, though. Like, isn't just like some of like regular beers that are just wherever are IPAs, are they not? The hell does it even stand for? I'm trying to think about it in my head, but I think the expired Flonase is having an adverse effect. It's starting to wipe my memory. Lycanroc? Should probably put on regular music because I'm gonna snap with GameCube music playing the whole time. Here. Uh-oh, did I break ChatGPT? ChatGPT doesn't want to talk to me because it thinks I drink IPAs. Oh, it's because I have a space. It's so stupid. Oh, God. I give up. The copy and paste didn't work. It pasted the list. Indie Pale is okay. That's what it stands for. See, in my head, it was like something that like was made by like a smaller company or an individual. That's in my head what I thought that meant. So I'm just misinformed. Like a hipster type of beer. This Salamence is so sick. Colton, there you go. Drinking out of the fountain in the... My favorite as of late has been... obviously Spotted Cow, but... I don't know, we had one that was like apple and pineapple. Beer, like, I guess that's a cider, not a beer, but we had it at a brewery. I was like, this is very good. We went axe throwing, and then they had like the brewery on the wall. Like, you went up and you filled your glass, and it tracked how many ounces of whatever you had on like a fob, and then you pay at the end. I thought that was pretty cool. You drink while listening to indie music. You drink it while listening to just like sad music, I guess. I apologize for the intermittent coughing. I cannot help it. I made myself ramen with the jalapenos that I jarred from the yard. It did good, but like I need like something else. I don't know. I leave the seeds in that too, so like they got some kick. It didn't do anything. And because the Flonase I was using is expired, I don't know if it's allergies still. Bro, in 2025, how have we not figured this out yet? Like colds and allergies. Like, we shouldn't have to deal with this in 2025. We got stuff like ChatGPT and we still have colds and whatnot. Embarrassing. We got to figure it out. Apparently not, dude, because if they wanted to make money, they could just sell me that. If they, like, how much would I pay personally, or a random person, the average person would pay to just delete a cold, like, right at the start? Like, yeah, we're not doing this. I'd pay good money for that. I don't know why, but yeah, I grew, I had like almost 30 jars of jalapenos that I like pickled. Yeah, but if they want to make money, dude, they could make it just expensive enough that it's not ridiculous. I feel like I would pay 500 for that. You just delete a cold. Like, literally, like, you take it as soon as, like, you even feel minorly sick. And it's just like, nope. They have that. They have to. And if they haven't figured it out yet, there's no hope. I didn't make any jelly. That's a good suggestion, though. Like a spread. Let me make sure YouTube is on before people have a brain aneurysm. Yeah, there it is. We still did not figure out which game the character came from. It seems like Pokemon Go, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, that sounds really good, for sure. I wanted to figure out how to jar, or like pickle, and I did it. I've been very fortunate in terms of like the seals all being solid, because you have to let it sit for 24 hours. And then if the seal is bad, you have to refrigerate it and eat it right away. And if it's good, then you're good for a year. I don't know what notification that was. But this upcoming year, I want to buy like an actual setup, like at least like the right pot for it to hold the jars, because using what I have on hand is a little sketch when you're picking up like molten hot glass jars and they don't even like fit properly inside of the pot. Well, my family has always done like they jar up like tomato sauce and like plum tomatoes. Not the same as pickling, but still the same canning process. I had to I gave a bunch of jars out because I had too many. Like 30 was like way too many. Just get an Audrey macro, dude. And a full art salamence to go with it. Colton, I think I completed your salamances. Once again, we're starting with 22 and we're going back to 16. You didn't miss your break. It just didn't happen yet. I wanted to start with the biggest one and give a chance for the rest of the breaks to fill. So then we could just open them all and be done. Love being sick. It's so much fun. Highly recommend it. I'm so happy I got sick for this release. And because people were freaking out during COVID, do not worry. You are not going to get sick from me touching your cards because I'm not coughing on your cards. And also, germs don't survive in transit like that. You did homework on it. Because it was actually like a concern during COVID people had. But yeah, just cough in an envelope, send it to your childhood nemesis. That's literally like domestic terrorism, I'm pretty sure. Because you're using like a sickness to harm other people. That's like bioterrorism. How could they determine you sent the common cold? Checking the envelope, dude. Even though it doesn't work like that, but yeah. The reason that came up in my head too is because of I was watching World War Z. I feel like it's been a minute since we had another good zombie movie. They should make another one. It's a movie like I thoroughly enjoy watching. Worst part of that movie though was the doctor on the plane. Their last hope, and he just slips and then hits himself. Sorry, just crack the window for a little airflow. I also found out recently, as I was making like posts for the release on Facebook, the city I live in has a fake like parody Facebook page, but their name is literally like the town's official page. So they make like crazy posts, and like people that live in the town or the city get all upset, and they're like, what the hell? I'm contacting the mayor. It is the funniest thing I think I've ever read. But it looks official because I guess the city didn't make their own. I think like it's like a local comedian who like made the page. And then they made other pages that are like, they look official too. And I think like the sole purpose of those pages is to just make crazy posts and it looks official to get like older people that don't know the difference all riled up. But yeah, I figured I'd share that thought because I sat there reading and just laughing. Oh, there's Criminal, even though he can't hear me. He's here in spirit. No, I didn't, because they weren't full yet. This is the only one I randomized. Unless I did it in autopilot mode, I'll let you know, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. It's really easy for me to tell if I did. That Brock. I'm surprised James is in here because he was waiting to see this break. Unless he is and he's just silently watching. Kilowattrel. So 15 isn't getting randomized because he is just getting those, but it's all one person for 15. Well, they haven't been too talkative, real man. I've just been sitting here in sickness and agony, and nobody talks. So I don't know if you're gonna get an answer. Hey, you're the point star, dude. You're making the rules, huh? I just abide by them. You see what I mean? So you get the 2 times points then. All the points that they would have gotten for answering you, they're now yours. Or you. What the hell is that noise? She really does find a way to make noise no matter what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. What is going on here? That pack had cards in every direction. And I didn't do that. Would be funny to see some people panic. Or not panic, because they go into straight NPC mode, dude. Normally I don't skip around, but opting to do the feast first in this case, I'm a big fan of. Because now everything is just going to be easy. Not that opening a case is hard, just the longest. Despite already being halfway through it. Fire. I really underestimated how rare the Alt Clefairy is, though. Unless we see it this break. Because we pulled 2 on the first morning or night. Now we haven't seen it. I can't remember if Audrey got both. Maybe one of them, I think, Audrey. I know at least one. Trainer. Well, the Alt Salamence, just because it's Salamence, definitely a favorite. I'll take any of those. And then there's trainer Pokemon, kind of like Gym Heroes in its own right. It's kind of like what they did in Team Up without, or with, like, the trainer's name in front of it. I don't know why they didn't do it in Team Up, but... Yeah, the set that they announced that's like more than likely not coming out until like so many months. I love it when Pokemon does that. Like just shooting themselves in the foot at all times. You know when you announce that set? Right when it drops. That's it. Just announce it right when it drops. It shouldn't be a thought in anyone's minds because it's like not even close to it coming out yet. We already had our front end of the year holiday set, so that's not coming until like November, maybe. If they even announced a date. I feel like it's been variable on the back end. Can't stop pulling Mamoswine, which honestly it's a pretty sick card. Audrey, you will have all the mammoths. This is again one of the sets where people say the chase is the alt, but I like the regular better. Every card in the set? It's misleading in that way. It might seem like it's really easy to get like every card in the set. It's elusive, especially with the alts. And the golds. Golds are like few and far between. We did have a little heater with the golds last night though. The fact that I haven't seen another alt Clefairy since like break 4 is nuts. There's been a lot of cases. After I pulled the second one, I was like, all right, maybe it's either I'm lucky or it's not hard to pull this. And turns out I was lucky. It took a while to see the alt Zoroark too. Excuse me. These cards don't want to sit. The Vuvuzela. I gotta find my Vuvuzela. If you don't know what that is, it's a horn. Last time I saw it was like World Cup, though. I haven't seen it since. Okay, I'm gonna reset the pile of hollows. I'm out of Ultra Balls, damn it. What? I definitely threw the ball before that message came up, but alright. The belly bolts. So these are like the styles of the regular full art with the trainer in the background. I'm surprised for Lily they didn't bring back like Solgaleo Lunala. Because every other person has like a relevant Pokemon to them, I feel like. Guess this will just let you get through these breaks in no time. What's up? Or what do you mean? The lack of chatters. It goes by quicker for me. People have gone like full on NPC this release for whatever reason. But you know, I can't make people talk. If they don't want to talk, it's what it is. Zoroark. Another Brack, okay. It's an interesting case. I got a real man in WoW. I got a chat warning to like for telling people to not just sit AFK and actually try to win. So I got a chat warning. My new thing is I'm not going to say anything, and whenever anyone chats, I just report them. That's If that's the way they're gonna play the system, I'm gonna break it. Everyone's gonna get banned. Literally, it's a battleground. It's PvP. It's competitive, right? You want to win, and people will just sit, GG, FF, it's over. I get a warning for telling people to play the game because we could still win in this ranked game, or competitive game. And I get a warning. Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing, and I just report everyone who talks. They could be saying like relevant things, doesn't matter. Report it. That's it. This like culture of auto banning across the games to like make it so they don't have to do any work. It's gonna end up breaking their games. They don't have mods, it's just auto. If enough people report you, then you get a warning or whatever. So I make sure to report everyone like 3 or 4 times. Mods aren't a thing anymore, dude. There's not people moderating any of the big games anymore. It's just all auto, like, reports and stuff. I don't even know if they have, like, a customer service anymore. Those are people that they used to, have to pay to, like, actually do something, like moderate. It's probably why they're not catching any like cheaters using Aimware in any of the other games, because it just goes off of just if they get enough reports. There's no one actually looking at it. I know like CSGO is working on like an AI like anti-cheat. I don't see it happening anytime soon, or it actively like working now. So I don't know what that's about. Probably just something to shut people up. Oh, absolutely. I like it's so bizarre to me that I get a warning for telling people to like just shut up and play the game so we could win. I get a warning for that, but they sit AFK and they say GG like 2 minutes into a game, and they get to not get a warning. Oh, absolutely. See, I like this Clefairy better. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like the alt, but I like this one better. But what it's going to create, real man, there's going to be people that actually care about winning, and it's like, an active, productive member of your game now doesn't really have any incentive to, like, actually play in a way that's proper. Like, I'll still play the game, obviously, but I'm just going to report everyone who talks now. Everyone else who has ever received a warning will never do that again. So it just... By the way, this is a very difficult card to pull. So, like, it makes the community more toxic with giving someone a warning for, like, actually wanting to, like, be a good team member. Did you ever play that on, whenever you played WoW, Real Man? Like Alterac Valley, where it's 40 on 40, the big map? Because that's what I'm talking about. It's, honestly, like, people hate it because it's a grind, but I love PvP, so it's like, it didn't feel that bad. You have to, like, kill mini bosses. You have to take towers, and then, like, it takes 5 minutes after you capture their flag to, like, destroy the tower. They can defend it by capturing it back. And then you win by killing the final boss, which is your faction's leader. But people go into autopilot mode of min-maxing, earning honor. And if A or B doesn't happen, they just sit AFK because it's like, okay, game's over. And it's like, it's not, though. You could defend, but people don't. Well, you're never gonna have a full team of 40, but me and Kyle will play together. We've won games just because of the two of us went back and defended and, like, gave our team a lead. And that's all that takes to, like, literally win the game, and people just don't do it. But I hear you on a lot of different games, for sure. It's only fun to get 50 kills and come in second. It's... Exactly. So, like, people, in order to min-max their honor, because that's what you're there for, you kill every opposing NPC boss and lieutenant and take all the towers. That'll give you around 3,500 honor, guaranteed. However, whenever you kill a player, it can give you 1 to 300 honor. So fighting is actually, like, a really good way to, like, get more, but people avoid it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Made a fire. We've been cooking hot dogs and marshmallow. That sounds awesome. Yeah, a little weenie roast. And we got more alts, more cards. How much do you cook your marshmallow in a fire? Because I feel like everybody's answer varies. There's some people out there that just want to burn it. They like a little crust. I think like a light brown is like a very like a hue of brown, and it's perfect. I don't know why I just got a Discord notification. Take a bag of marshmallows golfing and just throw them in the fairway so people think they have a good shot. You could. Might spice up the boring game of golf a little bit. You might give people a heart attack, though, with that type of excitement. The perfect brown, but you're also a burnt au crisp guy. I'll still eat it if it's like there's people who are like, oh, you ruined it. I'm like, that's good still. The middle's perfect. Steel? I was watching How Ridiculous, which is like the Australian Dude Perfect. And it really makes me want to play like... They play a game where it's like kind of like golf, but they throw stuff off of a dam. And then they go down. And then like the person who gets it in like the least amount of tries or least amount of strokes is the winner. I was wondering if they like had that anywhere. You get these giant marshmallows at Kroger and it's like eating an apple-sized marshmallow. That's like that's a commitment. That's a lot of marshmallow. Like I like marshmallow, but like enough to eat like an apple-sized one, I don't know. Okay, another Clefairy. We still have not seen another alt unless we see it in this last stack here. But yeah, I was wondering if they had anything like that. Like a ridiculous like course. Like they were doing it with like soccer balls. Probably not, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe somewhere, but I don't know. I haven't really seen it before. It probably takes a while to cook a marshmallow that big too in a fire. Like the outside will get burnt. You gotta have that perfect distance, low and slow. Because if you cook that too fast, it's just gonna be burnt outside, raw inside. But like distance away from the fire too. Definitely variable. Eat the outside layer, taking bites from an apple. Oh, okay. That's smart. work your way through the marshmallow recook. That's a bold strategy. I like that. Again, that's a big marshmallow commitment. Respect. I don't know. She said it was like a full apple size. My pizza oven in the backyard, we made a dessert pizza with marshmallows on top and Nutella as the sauce, so to speak. Turned out pretty good. But with the dessert pizza, I have to crank the heat as low as it can go. Otherwise, anything with sugar just burns immediately. Which I guess is like the same as the grill if you use any sauces that have sugar in them. The Jet Puff brand Jumbo Extra Large So these things are like, these are some of the biggest marshmallows that they can legally make. Solid case break, by the way. And now we're going back up to 16. I got to randomize. We're going to work our way through. Everything will go by very quickly now that the case is out of the way. Largest ones you found? I think I've seen them once and I was like, that's too much marshmallows. That's too much marshmallow. It's like a bag of regular sized ones all combined into one marshmallow as one of them. One jumbo. I mean, regardless, as long as you're having a good time and enjoying it, that's what matters. I watched a funny podcast with Sal from Impractical Jokers and this other comedian, and they were debating what's better, caramel or marshmallows. Caramel, sorry, not caramel. Caramel's boo. What's up, Pitacho? It was an interesting argument between the two of them, though. How's life treating everyone? Absolutely, dude. I got sick during this release, and it's like my third consecutive release of being sick. So we're feeling great, but it's the last day of release, so it's nice. We got through it. All right, we are going... I got to randomize 16 through whatever else is full. If you had to choose one, Audrey, caramel or marshmallow? As like, what's better? I feel like I would go marshmallow, I'm going to be honest with you. What about you, Batacho? You've had some pretty amazing caramel. One of the arguments was marshmallows are an experience with the campfire and everything. Caramel can't really touch it. Marshmallows kick up the situation. And as a person who just roasted marshmallows, pretty relevant. Alright, I gotta update lists because they weren't updated. Give me 1 second. I can't tell if everything is full. I'll know in a second, though. If it's not, it's really close. Wait, what was that? 1, 3, 1. 1, 3. Okay, I think everything is full. I'm not in the mood for this song. Alright, we're completely full. Let me randomize through 21, and we will open all of them. Good job, everybody. All right. I guess I'll figure out if I need to grab more paper in a second. I feel like despite being not in the being in like a somewhat sick state, we're making really good time. That train really wants us to know that it's a train. It's very self-conscious about the fact that it's a train. And we end with, I got 3 1-boxers. It's going to be like a brisk jog. Okay, let me see what points we're being made here. Dennis was seconds from not having that all to himself. It forced you to update quantity while I was checking out because he got it to its seconds before I hit pay now. You're so happy. Today, you're working out a deal with your local Pokemon collectors. Nice. And I'm out of paper. On the last break. Be right back 1 second. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here, Barbara. It's a puppers. And another puppers.
No, Bruno, how'd you get up there? And poor misters can't even be seen.
G your tail.
He's like, I can't even be seen.
You gotta make the elephant sound. Then she gets upset.
She's not doing it.
Don't jump, don't jump. I'm putting you down easy. Okay. Alright, I gotta get through these last bunch.
Right?
Alright. She was chasing me up the stairs. That's the right list, right? Yep. All right, now 16 through 21. All 2 boxers and then 1 boxers. Oh, I can buy more Ultra Balls. Only 10 though. Should get through these pretty quickly. See if we get some more Clefairies out of here. Audrey, I can't remember if you got both the Clefairies or just at least. I know you have at least one of them, but I'm not sure if you have both. Both in one break. I pulled both the alt Clefairies in one break. I don't know if that's right, is it? I wasn't feeling like the greatest. I'm telling you, dude. I think the expired Flonase was messing with my head. Maybe one, and then just a trainer art one. There was definitely a couple breaks. Well, the 2 that I pulled, I think both had the regular full art with it. I'm genuinely surprised because that just means we're really, really lucky. to get 2 of them. I was worried it was going to be an easy card to pull. This I've only seen, this is the second one I've seen. The Spiky Energy. That is yours. I think they should have called it Spike Energy, but hey, what do I know, right? Because spiky as a word looks weird. It looks like it's spelled incorrectly. It's one of those words where if you look at it too long, it looks really weird. Same with the word together. Together looks incorrectly spelled, but that's the way you spell it. To get her. How do you start the campfire, Audrey? Are you guys like all proper about it? Because I think last time we had like some like tiki torch fluid that we just threw on top of it. Maybe not the cleanest way to start a fire, but it's efficient. Small sticks and then use them to light it. So you do it the proper way. I kind of I get after it. Or if I got like the container of gasoline, just throw a little gas on there, you're good. Gotta love the Articuno. Damn, I could have used a friend ball for Eldegoss, I think. Well, it worked anyway. This is a card where I pulled at the beginning of the release a bunch, and now it's very seldomly seen. Very interesting. Very nice Asian. The Wooloo. Ooh, such a clean alt. Jason, very good. Not easy to pull that one either. I think the alt Zoroark is the rarest for me, at least at this point. Tied with the Clefairy. Another reason for people to love Steel. If only Lily had a Solgaleo for the Steel spot too. Make it a little bit more spicy. Also, why Zacian and not Zamazenta? Because the sword is cooler than the shield? What you been up to, J-Rex? Just hanging out? Salamines. Working? I hear you. Same. Alright, onward to 17. Solid 2-boxer. Took a nap today, thought you missed your break. Yeah, no. I pretty much said last night, I was like, I'm probably going to start with 22. Unless everything filled, like, before. But there were still spots, like, here and there, so I just started with it. It's easier. And with the big break out of the way, it's not like a, you know, a big chunk of time just waiting to be taken up. Work project has you going nuts. That sounds like no fun. Hopefully I'm able to distract you for a little bit. Got weekends off this week, but don't get your split shift pay. You get a little bit more for split shift because it's inconvenient. Well, that's good. Adds up. Oh no. Bro, I still remember when my parents had me on their phone plan and it was Singular, and then they got bought out by AT&T. Singular was an interesting little company. They got it done though. They want your fiber infrastructure. I would like some fiber infrastructure in my area. I think you have to be sub to change the background only night. Sorry about that. Not my doing. That is the application that manages the lights. All these companies, dude, they're all like waiting for someone else to like front the bill to run the fiber, and it's like it's getting really annoying at this point. They should have to front the bill because they're charging for it. You're providing the service. And they have the money too. It's not like, they're hurting. Singular was great. AT&T got in trouble for monopolizing, and now they're just doing it again. I guess like recently, you know how like AT&T bought DirecTV? I guess that deal went bad or something. Because it's not like being provided even though it's still part of like bundles. Who did? DirecTV was sold by AT&T in 22? I guess like what I've heard is they still offer it in their bundles and they haven't changed it, but they aren't able to hook it up. So it's like scamming people. I don't know, dude. All I know is like the current model of internet companies or ISPs just in general, it doesn't work anymore because it's a model from like when they started doing this like 20 years ago. It's just like they keep updating just crap service when they should be upgrading to fiber just across the board. Well, it's not offered in my area currently because all the companies want another company to front the bill. I'm getting like sick and tired of it. I'm being like, that's like as nice as I could be about it. I'm just like, I'm sick of it because it's the same story every time. In the city I'm in, they ran the infrastructure for it along all the main roads. So these companies just have to tap into it. And they just haven't because, God forbid, they spend their billions of dollars. Very nice sound, Mats. It should be like a requirement at this point. All these companies need to just start sheckling up. They've made too much money. They could shell out money to run fiber. Yeah, because that's the smart and sensible thing to do. They need to be like required by law to start running it. They probably, that's the sad part, is with all their money, instead of paying to run the fiber, they're lobbying to not have to. The margins are rough. I don't know, man. The upkeep on fiber is way less than whatever the hell they're running now. That's less technicians, less people you have to keep on the phone because it just doesn't break as often as this does. Yeah, but dude, these big companies got the money. AT&T, like, come on. They sell subpar service at full price. Comcast is straight up just a scam company. But the company I'm dealing with now is starting to get to be that bad too. They're all just degrading. The Comcast business internet that I had at the townhouse, they just shut it off whenever, saying quote unquote maintenance, but they just do that to save them money, I guess. I don't know. Absolute nightmare to deal with. I bet. I was convinced that they weren't actually a company that provided internet. They were just pretending to be. Maybe they sold like houseplants or something. But I knew where the corporate building was, and it wasn't too far from my last house. And that was like one of my last straws. I was like, I'm just going to show up at the corporate building. Maybe they can figure out. They're like, sir, please don't. And I was like, I'm literally going there, like right now, unless you fix my internet. What's up, Keel? Did you make any progress on your honor? Because I am capped. Send emails and see. Well, no, they won't answer them. I literally told the person on the phone, I was like, I'm going to the building. I'm just gonna walk in and start asking questions. See you, Beige. That game has broken my heart, dude. Oh, yeah? How was it? Excuse me. Sea of Thieves just breaks my heart. Can't do anything I want to do in that game because it's just full of cheaters. But I already got the Ghost Curse, so that's all I needed to do, really. Assert my dominance by sinking like 500 ships to get it. Not a great time, J-Rocks, unless you have, I guess like if you already have Game Pass and it's on it, give it a try. I wouldn't commit money to it though, because it is like severely riddled with cheaters last time I played it. And that was after they added their new anti-cheat that did nothing. Bar none, though, J-Rocks was my favorite game. I would always go back to it. I loved that game. That's why it makes me sad. The curse that I got in that game, I think like it's like a fraction of a percent have. Just because that mode progressively has gotten worse. That's where you see a cheater every time. In the open world, it's less, but I've still encountered them. And I just, as soon as a game has that as a regular thing, I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing this. I kind of lose all motivation. Hopefully they turn it around, J-Rocks, but I feel like it's been a couple years of issues now. I feel like they think they solved the problem by adding that anti-cheat, but that anti-cheat is garbage. I think the cheaters increased when they added it. Not even kidding. I never played 76, but I played all of them up to 4. It was bad, but now it's good. But yeah, like if you have Game Pass, definitely give it a try, Sea of Thieves. But to recommend someone spend money on it to buy it now, knowing what I know, it would be lying to you. Oh, you own it already? I mean, give it a try. Like I said, the mode that I played was Hourglass, where you dive and invade another player who also queued up. And you keep going until one of you sinks. That, I saw a cheater. I queued up 3 times. Saw 3 cheaters in a row, and I just turned off the game. Open world, I encountered it a couple times. And it was enough to just leave a bad taste in my mouth. I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. But As far as like the environment, the open world, and the experience of that game, it's 10 out of 10. I love that game. You've told me before, and a couple other people have too. When I'm like out of games to play, because right now we're just grinding on WoW Classic, I'll give it a look for sure. And Athena's? The one with the tornado? Or just a standard Athena's? Tornado one is awesome. Standard Athena. Those can be very lucrative, especially if you do like the infernal version of it, the fire area version. But it's more difficult because then you have to deal with the volcanoes. Ten out of 10 though, J-Rex. My favorite thing to do in Sea of Thieves was just taking a powder keg and blowing up someone else's boat. There's just no better feeling, honestly. Trist has witnessed me do that probably like 1,000 times. And it looks hilarious when you're watching the explosion from a distance too, because the mast catches on fire, gets blown up, falls over. Did you see all the new weapons they added, Kyle? There's like a harpoon gun now, like a handgun. No, they're solid. I love that alt Salamence. Alright, 18. I think 18 is the last 2-boxer, I think. Then it's 1-boxers to 21. Still going by pretty quick compared to the case, obviously. In that mode, too, J-Rox, where you invade, I would play solo, so it was 1v1. 1v1, piloting the boat, firing your cannon, boarding the enemy ship, defending yours. I feel like that is the hardest, like, form to play that game, but makes you a lot better. A lot of people would like try to board your boat and just drive you out of bounds. Two v two and like larger it gets hectic, but just specifically that hourglass mode, it's where all the cheaters are though, unfortunately. As much as I enjoyed it. And it's so obvious after you've played so many. It took me 3 months to get that curse. With a lot of wins. Because there's no timer for those battles. You could just be in a stalemate for like an hour. It was so good when I first started doing it because my MMR was low. So like, it were actually like good fights, but then once I got good, I was just destroying. I think like one night I did like 9 in a row and won. And then my MMR hit the point where it's where all the cheaters were. And it was a grind. Where they land every cannonball shot. They're just teleporting on your boat. Did win a couple of those, though. The curse makes me look like a ghost. Like the Athena leader. You could do the ghost one, or you could do the skeleton one. I chose the ghost one. So, like, I look like the leader of the Athenas, which is like a ghost captain. You, like, glow blue. And you get, like, an emote with a captain's chair. It's just pretty swag. Like the skin has its own unique emotes too. You see that curse, it's a flex for sure. That's why I wanted it. After doing that 3-month grind, every other grind seems like significantly easier. That was like the hardest grind I've ever done in a video game. Alright, yep, this is the last 2-boxer. And then I got 3 1-boxers and we're done. Made really good time. If you own it though, J-Rocks, I recommend you, like, try it. maybe you get. I'm sure you'll get luckier than I was in terms of not encountering people who cheat. It got to the point where I was just seeing it every time I played, and I was just like, I'm done. But other people have had different experiences. All right. Last 2-boxer, and then 3 1-boxers. We did a lot of 2-boxers this release. They have their own like long quests that are called Tall Tales. Those are, I would say, bar none, some of the most well put together like quests to do in terms of like story and like just overall. The coolest recent thing I saw that they added was there's an NPC pirate ship that if you defeat it, you can choose to take control of it. You have your own skeleton crew that repairs and fights and defends the boat. And you can complete quests on that boat. And if you turn in you can turn in the boat with all the quests completed, depending on how much you do. It's obviously more risky to stay on longer and get attacked by other boats, other players. But I thought that was really, really cool. As a solo, it's difficult but not impossible to defeat the boat. But it has like fire cannons that shoot out of the front. The way fire works in that game is it'll start in one area, and if it's not put out, it'll spread near it. If you hit a boat with that fire cannon, the entire boat is just on fire. Kind of like if you've seen Stranger Tides. Blackbeard's boat. I think that's Pirates of the Caribbean 4. Not the best one, but still a good one. The Megalodons are fun too. There's the rarest Megalodon in the game, which is the white one. I think I've encountered it twice. Some people have logged thousands of hours and never gotten one. There was an event to summon like a giant Megalodon, but you had to like alliance with another crew to have enough people to summon it. and it never worked out. Because you approach another boat, it's on site. I grinded that game a lot solo. If a bigger boat chases you, they're faster with the wind because they have more sails. So you have to take them into the wind, and the smaller boat is the fastest into the wind. But if a bigger boat was chasing me, I would jump off the back holding a powder keg and just catch their ladder and blow it up on their boat. And you basically repeat that until they give up or they sink. Maybe I'll throw it back and play some more Sea of Thieves for the gaming channel. Tesnick played with me a couple times. He was still new though. He still made some plays though. We had good times in that game. Some things you just learn by being in situations. Kind of like DayZ. Kyle, if you're still here, I think Rank 14 might be coming out next week. I think it comes out on the 4th. So you can't get progress even on the reset until, I think that's when AB comes out. I wonder if AB will be better, but probably not. Unless you're a pre-made. AB just doesn't have the guaranteed chunks of honor. And if you lose, you get nothing. Because AB is what? I think it's 15. It's not 10 on 10. I think it's 15 on 15. I'll still queue with you tomorrow, even though I don't stand to gain anything. But I'll bank like 20 badges. Give myself a little leg up when the reset happens. And I think regardless of however or what percentage, it takes 3 weeks to hit rank 14 from 11. I wonder if you could store 20 of each mark. So you could store Warsong Gulch marks too. You can. We don't ever win Warsong Gulch, so that's just 20 losses. Those games are long too. Probably not worth it. Just gonna farm up more gold to have money to enchant all the purple gear. AV for me, this cap, Kyle, was pretty rough. The Alliance are just getting worse and worse. Hopefully it turns around when the rank 14 happens. We just ride the wave of wins. Salamence never gets old. Audrey? Next time you see me in game, Kyle, you're not going to recognize me, dude, with all the blue gear on. All right. Now we're in the final stretch, 3-1 boxers, and we are done. These 2 boxers, very solid. Making crazy good time today. Already over 2 cases. While sick, too. No big deal. All right, 19. Alright, good luck to everyone in 19. What's up, a cheers suit? How goes it? I still can't believe we haven't seen another Alt Clefairy since the first two. Good to see you too. How you been, dude? Just had your birthday yesterday? That's awesome. Well, happy belated then. What'd you do? If you don't mind me asking. The song will never not be a banger, dude. Went to lunch with your brother, went out to dinner with the husband, had cake. Very good. What kind of cake, though? That's the big question that everyone's wondering right now. What kind of cake? I'm gonna be honest with you. A solid, like, cookie cake is 10 out of 10 in my book. Chocolate with French vanilla frosting. Okay, you went the fancier route. I'm a child at heart because I open Pokemon cards for a living, so I like cookie cake. Very distinguished palate. Growing up, though, every birthday for, like, the better part of, like, the first 10 years, every cousin, every aunt, every uncle, any family member would always get the same cake from this Sicilian bakery. And I hated it by the time I was 10 because I was just sick of it because everyone always got the same cake. It's like a white sponge, but it's like they do like the liqueur on it and it's just wet. It's not like a dry pound cake, it's just wet. And it's cannoli filling. People might like that every once in a while. When we had it for every birthday, you want to know who broke that cycle? This guy. I said, you know what? This year, we're not getting that cake. And the old timers, all the Italians in the family were like, oh, no. They were like in awe. They were like in shock. And I was like, we're getting Portillo's chocolate cake. And from then on, everyone felt that they could get what cake they wanted. When I mean like I'm not even kidding you. Like I have a lot of cousins. Right. But if you've had the same thing for every birthday ever for 10 years, It's like, no more. We're not doing this anymore. I still, if someone has that cake, I just like look at it and I'm like, I'm good. I'll pass. You just drink some water or something. But that's awesome. Happy belated. And I'm glad it was a good one. I'm at the age where, like, I'll still get, like, texts and phone calls that it's my birthday, but I kind of just treat it like whatever. I'm just like, yeah, it's a day, that's for sure. Usually, a release falls on my birthday, like, every year, pretty much. So, I mean, I get to spend my birthday opening a new set of Pokemon, which is pretty cool. That's enough for me. You didn't expect your bro to want to hang out? It was nice. That's good. That is very, very nice. Anything special for lunch either? Get your favorite or whatever? Turtle Jacks? If we do, I've never seen it. What is that? Like a steak place, burger place? We'll be talking here. What genre of food? Steakhouse? Okay. Get a little filet on the birthday. I read it as steakhouse, even though you spelled it wrong, because my brain is fantastic right now. But I appreciate you correcting yourself. Probably wouldn't have noticed it, to be honest. Another solid one boxer. It's really close to your house. You got a nice little quesadilla, huh? I know it's quesadilla, but saying it like quesadilla is more fun. It didn't look great, but I read it as steakhouse. I'm going to be honest with you. But for sure, it definitely warrants a correction. All right, 20. And then 21 is the last one. You got Indian for dinner? Nice. I'm not a fan of Indian cuisine. It's just, I don't like, there's like a grittiness to some of the sauces that they use, and it tastes like you're eating sand sometimes, and I don't like that texture. But I do understand people liking it. Just one time that happened, I was like, I'm good. And what's up, Bowler? $52 now? Rank 11, dude. Come get me. I got all the blue gear, dude. I look like a Valkyrie. And then in 3 weeks, rank 14, dude. Because apparently that drops next week. I thought I was going to have a little break in the grind, but whatever. After doing the Athena curse grind, everything is pretty insignificant in terms of effort. I think AB comes out too. So like you get the reset on Tuesday, which I'll be rank 11, but you can't progress to rank 14 until Thursday, I think. I guess that's how they're doing it. I gotta change the list. Unless people online are just very inept and that's not how they're doing it, but we'll see. If you make it to like what 55, you could be like with Casper. Casper will see me in games and just start yelling, "Beige, pull me heat." I think I'm gonna respec my secondary spec bowler to do the Palm Pyroblast, just to delete healers. But the improved Blizzard is so good for controlling everything. Take a shiny Dusclops, please. What? That trainer card? It kind of does, I'm not going to lie. I thought about that yesterday. Whoa, Ivan. Just beige pulling beige. Ivan, I haven't seen you in years, dude. You're right on time for the last 2 breaks. Last 1.5 breaks. I opened a pretty absurd amount today in a very short amount of time. I'm going to be honest with myself. That's a very nice alt for electric, Harvey. But I guess the alt's Clefairy is definitely a rare one. I was underestimating it when we pulled 2 back-to-back. How was the pizza from my cousin's place? He's usually not at that one anymore. I think he's at the one in Hinsdale more regularly because they opened up a second place. The fur, it's a nice one. The thin crust is where it's at, dude. People saying Chicago deep dish is good it's trash. That thing is a loaf of bread with sauce on top. Deep dish is just it's just bread, dude. Like everything else is just noise, but it's all bread. Wet, soggy bread. Because people are like, go to like Gino's East if you're in Chicago. Dude, the real pizza's in the suburbs. And more than likely related to me. Not even kidding. Neapolitan. Thin crust, a little well done's okay. Not too many toppings either. Simple. Nothing wrong with a little mushroom onion. New York or thin crust? New York is just thin crust but big slice, I think, right? Pretty much. One of the biggest culture shocks if you go to Italy is, still aggravates me to this day. If you order a pizza from, you know, like a proper like Sicilian pizza, they don't cut it. You on your own. Dragon gets the promo. Because it's Dragon type. Thin but huge slice, yeah. It's a bit thicker than thin crust, you mean, probably? You gotta go to your favorite restaurant when you went to the city. Have you had Gene and Jude's yet, Ivan? Because that is the best hot dog you'll ever have in your life. It's like $4, maybe even $3.50 for a hot dog with like the fresh cut fries rolled up on top of it. I haven't had that in a minute. I'm definitely craving it. You've had it before? Okay. To this day, still only take cash. Don't ask for ketchup. If you want ketchup, there's a McDonald's adjacent to it that charges for the ketchup. You can't go in there and get it free. Whenever I go there, Ivan, I'll buy like 20 and then I'm set for like the week. Just pop one of those in the microwave. Just wrapped up. It's worth it though. Like before it was a close drive for me, but now it's more rare, obviously. No, dude. During the week? No. It stays like firm. And then when you warm it up, it's perfect. You warm it up in the paper with the fries. All right, last one. Next to your sister's house, there's a place called Teddy's Red Hots. I think I've seen that place before. But dude, Gene and Jude's is worth it every time. I think it's in Riverside. If you're ever in, to anyone who's ever like in the Chicagoland area, it's not too far from like the Rosemont. It's like really close to that. From like O'Hare. A big tradition for, I don't know if it's just our family or people in the area, especially like weddings, Ivan. After reception, after the dancing, after like, the after party, someone makes a Gene and Jude's run for the end of the night. That was like a staple. Brings back like 100 hot dogs for whoever's still there. Someone does every time. bar none, probably the best fry I've ever had too. They do it right in front of you. They just take a whole potato and they put it through like that cutter right into the fryer. That place is one of those places where it could be 1 in the morning on Sunday or 3 in the afternoon on Wednesday. There's always a line. It's just, it's that type of place. And even if there's a line, not only is it worth the wait, but it goes quick. I don't even know how long that establishment's been open. It's been like, it was like well before I was born. I feel like it was like been around since the 80s or something. But the way that they perfected their operation in terms of getting orders done fast. 1946, right after like World War II. Dude came back and just said, "I'm making hot dogs." But not only a hot dog, the best hot dog you've ever had. I don't know their backstory. I haven't read into it. How about Johnny's Beef? Johnny's Beef is another one. It's a little bit further. Johnny's Beef was near where me and Kyle went to high school. Little bit of a drive, but again, worth it. Their Italian ice, it was like divine. Only one flavor, lemon, but it was like you're eating like a cloud. Put that on your list. Get a beef. Get an Italian ice. Even if you go, I've driven out there so many times with like my dad growing up just for the Italian ice. This is a Brock. If you've never been there, Ivan, it's not too far from... It's probably the same drive, like time-wise, to Gene and Jude's for you. Like, I could say Italian ice, and you'll have, like, an idea of what that is in your head. It's completely different from there. It's... The way that they grind the ice is... It's something different. I don't know. It's amazing. And the Zacian, dude. That's another place that's probably been around since the 40s. You won't be disappointed. Bringing this back to Pokemon. All good. Listen, dude. People have been on autopilot this release. I'm happy to talk about anything. Well, it'll be... I might do one more stream of it, but I'm probably going to decide against it on its own. It'll be mixed, though. Just because it's the level of production that they're at in terms of projections and whatnot. It's not even that, Ivan. It's... Pokemon is... Last year, Pokemon did not perform well. So, they're still basing their numbers heavily on previous performances. So, we're not going to see like a step up in production. Probably like... It's going to take a while for them to adjust upwards again. Guys, I was sick for the third release in a row. Hopefully we just go for a streak with just being sick on releases, but we opened a whole lot of Journey together. Thank you guys for filling all these breaks. And thank you guys for an amazing weekend. Keep your eyes on the website. We'll see what we do for Monday. But other than that, guys, I got to go meet Nick so you guys can get all your stuff shipped. Love you all. Have a good rest of your evening. You're all beautiful.